Hello and good morning. Welcome to my channel. And my name is Natasha for those of you that are new, because I have had a few new subscribers to my channel, so welcome. And hello to everyone else that supports me every single time and comments and lets me know that they're there every single time. I love you all and I hope you love my content. So, what have I been doing lately? Since last week, I have got some progress on my September square for the Birthstones cow. I've got a little bit of progress on my own cow that I'm doing, which is the Random Granny 2025 cow. And I've got some progress on my emotional chicken. I have started the June square as well, which is Pearl for the month of June. And also I've got a little bit of knitting. I do know how to knit, but I don't know much about it. I literally only know the basic stuff. I couldn't make anything at all, I don't think, a square, pretty much. But yeah, I can't read a knitting pattern, which is weird because I can read crochet patterns and I've never even needed to teach myself, so that was a bit weird. But anyway, oh, I must say, I'm sorry I'm late, mustn't I? Because it is Monday morning, it's not Sunday. But yesterday I was so tired. On Friday we went to Creeley Adventure Park, where there was like mini roller coasters and different sorts of rides and stuff with the children, and it just knackered me out totally. I was absolutely exhausted by the end of the day, and I don't think I'm fully over it yet. But we paid for the ticket, and we could also go back within 7 days for free. Technically for free anyway. And so we're going again tomorrow, I hear. My husband's decided that tomorrow will be the day, because we were going to do it next Friday, on Friday, but the weather doesn't seem to be quite very nice. So there's stuff indoors to do, but to make use of all of the stuff there, I don't really want to be stood there in the pouring rain. So anyway, we decided that I think tomorrow is going to be the day that we do it. And also tomorrow is my husband's birthday as well. So we are going to do that, I suppose, for his birthday, and then hopefully do something else when we finished. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, back to the knitting. I know what I'm doing, but I just can't make anything. But I do have the old-fashioned needles, which I'll show you in a minute. And I am requesting that if someone could let me know what the best knitting needles are. I think I'd like to invest in some, just so I can keep dabbling, really. Because if I can get it to grow, then maybe I could do some knitted shawls and things. I don't know. I haven't a clue. I've always wanted to make a Stephen West thing because they always look so fascinating. But my granddad taught me to knit when I was probably about 10 or 11 maybe. But I just kind of thought, oh, I don't really want to be doing this, Grandad. But it's funny how it never leaves you. And then I picked it up again when I was around about 26, just because my friend was doing it, and she was making squares to make blankets to send to the refugees. And so I wanted to kind of jump on the bandwagon there. So I can do a square, but nothing much. And I only like the knit stitch, is it? The one that looks like little tiny V's. I don't like the purl. It just looks so untidy. But, which I'll come to in a minute, but I just can't seem to keep doing the knit. And every time I just do purl, and Oh, it's so annoying, and really, really just so annoying because I don't like it at all. But I'll show you that in a minute. So, I'm going to do it through. Oh, why not? I'll show you the knitting now, seeing as I've been rabbiting on about it. Right, my knitting needles are only these old-fashionedy things, which I suppose people still do use, but you see them in charity shops all the time, and it makes you think that they're just not wanted anymore, you know. But I would really, really love it if someone could tell me some really good knit needles to use that will bring me into the new world. Because I do find that they do hurt my fingers when I'm trying to when I do this and I try and move the knitting up, it does kind of leave an imprint on my fingers and I don't like it. I suppose all metal ones are going to do that, but I find it's because they're so long. Hold on. They're so long that the work, you just kind of like doing this and then like you've got to move it up and to try and get it off the needles again, it's just like, I don't like that. But it's a good stepping stone anyway. And I did show you knitting a few months ago, didn't I? Well, probably a good few months now. But look, I just can't help myself. I don't know why I keep doing the purl, and oh, it annoys me a lot. But I've done a little bit of knit in there, and I love that. I just want to do flat. I would love to be able to knit toys and just have a go. But I just don't know how. I've watched YouTube videos and I've watched all sorts, but I just don't know how to do it. But I've done quite well. I don't think I've dropped any. It's not really focusing because I can see myself, I suppose. But yeah, I really love I just want to do the knit stitch. So if anyone's got any pointers, or if anyone watches someone on YouTube that does knitting that thinks that they might be able to be a really good tutorial or something, please let me know, because I just sat there yesterday thinking, oh, I fancy doing some knitting. So I got my needles and I started again. But yeah, I've done it a little bit, look. I'm stretching it out now so I can show you. But yeah, I've done it a little bit, but I just never seem to carry on doing it and just only do that. Anyway, this one is a Yarnsmiths one, but I don't know what I've done with the ball band. It's probably in the front room. And this is just random from something else. You know, it's not just like a little tiny bit. I thought, oh, I'll just practice. I don't even know if it's the right size for the right needles, but I just thought these are the only needles I got. So I thought I need to just kind of, what's it called? Go with what you fancy. That's not the word I was looking for, but yeah, I just thought, oh, I need to just find something, you know. I just thought, oh, I fancy some knitting, so I just did it, you know, off the cuff kind of thing. But yeah, so that is my knitting, everyone. And it does look the same both sides. Anyway, that's that. I only stuck at it for a couple of hours. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So I have added a colour to my scraps for my cowl, which I'll show you soon. This one here is my September one. Now I showed you this last week, didn't I? And it was only a little bit, and I've only got to there so far, but it's still progress, and it's not September yet. So I do think that I am in front, which is enabling me to catch up. Weirdly, but yes, if I can get this done, then that's fine, isn't it? And so far, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've got 4 rows left before I am ready to start decreasing. So I'm nearly halfway, which is fine, absolutely fine. And the colourway is Definier, I'm thinking. Don't think I've got it in here. Might have, might not. No, that's Pale Rose. Oh, it's probably in the front room. Anyway, it's a lovely colour. And I'm sure it is called Definier. Something like that. But I said it last week. Anyway, look on last week's video. And oh, did I even tell you what the episode was? It's episode number 82 today. So look on episode 81, and I say what it is because I've got the ball band in that episode. I've left it in the front room because I was busy doing that there. My Peril Square, which is for June, I have already started decreasing. So I've not only started it since last week, but I'm on the decrease. But how lovely is that? You can't really see it in the light, but it is such a lovely, almost shiny, creamy coloured. I don't have the ball band because it was out of my stash that doesn't have ball band, so I can't even tell you what it is. But it does remind me I couldn't even tell you what it reminds me of because it doesn't look like Starcraft. Although, does it? Maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, it's out of my stash, which is a good thing because it's one less thing that I've got in my stash, in my big washing basket full of stuff that hasn't got any ball bands. So I am almost there, and I only had 84 grams of this, and I am literally over halfway, and I've still got this much. So I'm really excited to hopefully get to the end and not worry about playing Yarn Chicken. So we'll see, and you'll see the update next week because I'm sure I will have finished it by then. So that is my June one. So I've not only caught up with May because you saw that last week, but I'm doing June and September. So then the next one will be July, and then I will be all caught up because it was Peridot for August, so I will be all sorted and then back on the train of let's carry on the Birthstones Gal. So I'm really excited about that as well, so that was really good. Oh, and I'm using 3.75 crochet hooks for that. The other thing that I've managed to do some more progress on is my emotional chicken. I am loving the yarn, absolutely loving it. I keep jogging the table, so that's why the camera's moving about. I'm sorry about that. And I have managed to do, you saw it on here when it was just on the climb up to the edge. So around about here. Oh, I had one side done actually, I think. So I've done sort of the rest of it, bringing it in, and now I am going to start the head soon. Next. when I get back on to doing it, and basically you kind of know what the shape's going to be, because those two will go together like that. The head will come around here like that, and then, well, actually, what am I talking about? It should be like that. Yeah, so then there is the tail. I will link the pattern for anyone that wants to know in the description box below, because I did have an email from a lovely lady asking me where I get the pattern from, and I did tell her that I put it into episode 80. So I will do that again this time, and then if that lovely lady is watching, then she can get it from this one if she hasn't already got it. But then it's there for anyone else. But yeah, I'm just loving the colours. Really, really loving it. And for that, I'm using a 4.5mm hook. It is 5 recommended, but I just went down a little bit. I am using a Nat King Cole's Hedgerow Chunky for that. And I don't know, oh yes, I do have that ball band. And the colourway is Dewdrop. And the shade is 5846. It's a 200 gram ball, and you can tumble dry it on cool on a 30-degree wash. You cannot iron it, and it says do not bleach. But the hook or the needles that you need is a 6mm, a US 10, and there is 332 yards or 304 meters on the ball, and I've done all that and I've still got this left. And I'm going to use a separate colour for the beak and the little whatnot thing. Wattle, is it they call it, or something? Top knot and chokey thing. And then I'm not sure whether I'll use all of it or not, but my last emotional chicken that I made used 200 grams. Actually, I think it might have been 199, because I sent the lovely Sally, good morning, my beautiful friend, over at Nanny Moon's Crochet. I sent her the rest of the ball from what I made the my emotional chicken in, and it was the colourway Autumn. I know it was the colourway Autumn. Can't remember the brand. But I know that was a chunky, because I enjoy making it in chunky. I might actually make some small ones, maybe in DK or something, and see what it's like to make up smaller ones. Yeah, that's an idea. I do love the pattern. But yeah, so that's my progress on that this week. And now all that's left to show you is that my own cowl. Just let me have a drink of water a minute. My voice has gone a bit weird. So, for those of you that have watched me last week, know that I was talking about my own cowl, which I can, which anyone can join in. There's no real time limit. I've been quite slack with it this time, because I just feel like I want the randomness of picking it up or not picking it up, that sort of thing. But as long as I do a little tiny bit each week, and then I'm not worried about it, and I don't mind how long it takes. If there is any of you that want to join in with my cowl to get some random yarn balls that you've got in your stash used up for just little tiny bits or anything. I'm using what I've finished with for the for the June blanket, and just so then they don't go back into my washing basket full of stuff that haven't got yarn bands. But you know, if you've got anything that from a project that you did do and you've only got bits and pieces, then that'll be fine for it too. And it's the Granny Goes Random Crochet Blanket by Yarnspirations. It's a free pattern. I will leave it in the description box below so that you can print it off if you haven't already. This one is a ball of Red Heart Super Saver Bitty Stripes. And they're saying to use 3 balls of the one and 2 balls of the other. Because one is a rainbow and one is rainbow mist. And the hook size they're suggesting to use is a 5mm. Well, of course, that means that it would probably, if a medium 4 weight is probably Aran. But I'm using DK and I'm using the 4.5mm hook, just so that it's a little bit floppier, because I didn't want them quite so tight. But then that's my own preference. You don't need to do that as such, but you can use anything you like. And I like the randomness of it, in a sense of just to be able to pick out colours and do the colourway that you want. I'm not sure that I would be happy with granny squares with just random colours. I don't know that it sits well with me and my brain, but I'm willing to give it a go, and if it doesn't look like, then that's fine. But I just, at the moment, I want to use up the colours from the June blanket that I was using for my Friday video for the Nature's Walk, just so that it uses it up, like I say, and it doesn't go back into my washing basket full of other stuff. So this was the one that I showed last week, and that was because that was the some of the colours that I had left over. I have since put in the basket duck egg because I have finished with that one, and I kind of like these colours. I really, really love that combination, and I did one combination of this in a granny square. It's probably upstairs with my other random squares, but right at the beginning of the year, when I was doing my what I want to do this year kind of video, I did say that I wanted to do random squares and just sit and do squares when I don't want to do anything else. And this was the colourway that I did it in, and I've thoroughly enjoyed that. So I should be doing one of those, I think. But for what I've done this week, it's just trying to get the centres done, because I've decided that I'm going to have all brown centres and then just have different random colours on the others. And each square for the large squares are 9 rows. So I'm doing each colour 3 rows each. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 5 of the centres. I like this pattern because it's got the are they called diagrams? But I like it because you can see where the individual stitches are. Now that I've learned them from using them for my Nature's Walk, I do quite like it. As much as I know, and I could do a granny square with my eyes closed, for things like when it's the halves and the quarters, that's when I will just make sure that I'm on the right track. And then I also like it because it shows the grid of how to lay it out. And I quite like it, even though I would know in my mind's eye what to do. It's nice to have something there to actually be able to know exactly where they are, because I'm sort of being told to by the grid, you know. I quite like that. So yes, if anyone wants to join in, I know Sally is joining in because she's got some random bits and bobs that she wants to put into it, and so she'll be joining in with us. But if there's anyone else that wants to, then that's fine. The hashtag for it that I don't know how to make one, or because you know, like when you try and do it to make it stand out and to you know, like when I'm putting it in the description box and things, unless it literally comes up when I start typing, that's fine. But mine doesn't. I don't know how to actually set it and make it. But I thought I would use the hashtag randomgranny 2025. I don't know whether I ought to put the word Cal in it or not. I know we did for the 3D squares, but I don't know. But anyway, I just thought Random Granny 2025 would be fitting. And so that was my progress on it this week, just because I was sort of hell-bent on trying to catch up with the birthstone. And then I was quite interested in seeing what other colour was coming next in my emotional chicken. So I didn't really get much done, but it's fine. And I'm sure it will be wonderful. But yeah, so I've got, see if I can show you without it all falling out. I have got the pale rose, which is what I used in this one. I've got grape, and then I've got this one, which is, what is it? What is it? I can't remember. I might have it written there actually. Oh yes. Hang on. Stone. Yeah, it's Stylecraft Stone, because I had the squares one with it all written on from what I used for my Nature's Walk. So I've got stone, mocha, Parma violet, silver duck egg, grape and pale rose. And they are my colours that I'm using at the moment. I haven't finished with the rest of them for my squares yet for my Friday video. But when I've finished them, I will add them. And then hopefully I will be able to reduce it a little bit more. So that's me. That is me. What have I been doing this week? I have been finding some new people to watch on YouTube, but I'll do a separate video for that. I did say last week that I would do a separate video for it, just so that then I can kind of put them all in one video, and then if someone's looking for someone new and to discover and they haven't already, then they can always click onto that video rather than traipsing through this one to find it, or going through the description box, of course. So I'll put that in a separate one. Right, getting distracted from the children playing in the street. I'm going to go, and I will see you again very soon. I will see you Friday, if not before. So have a lovely week. I'm back to school again next Tuesday. So a week tomorrow, that's all I've got left. So then normal crochet time will resume, I suppose. But it's been nice doing it in and out during the day when we've come back from just being places and things. It's been really nice. And I'm not talking to Sally as much now, which is a little bit disheartening, but then that's just because of what's going on in my household, really. But yeah, no, I am hoping to talk to her a little bit more and get back to the way we were, because I really do miss her chats. And then we will hopefully get some more of my Granny Cal done as well. So hopefully I'll have a bit more to show you next week. Okay. Have a lovely week. If you want to show me what you've been working on, or if you've done any of the, if you have joined in with the Granny Cal, then you can always email me. And if you want me to, I will show it on my next edition, on my next episode. And that is nat.stitches15@outlook.com. So take care. See you all very soon. Bye, my lovelies.